Right, morning fellas, welcome back to another Villa on Tour video, the first one after we have secured our Premier League safety. If you haven't already checked out the last video against West Ham, it was a bit of a roller coaster, I think that's fair to say. So yeah, definitely check out that video, check out the Arsenal win as well, just the last couple of videos because they've been very, very good, even if it has been a bit of a dodgy season. But today, I am going on tier maker again. There'll be a link in the description if you want to do this yourself, because I get a lot of people asking me how I actually do this. But I'm going to be using a tier maker to decide who would I keep and sell in the current Aston Villa side heading to next season in the Premier League. Because we all know we want to take this squad further. We need to not be in a relegation battle again if possible. So I think it's fair to say there's going to be a little bit of an overhaul in the squad. There's going to be not like last season we saw 13 players come in, but there'll be 4, 5, 6, 7 additions with a few players leaving as well. So I'm going to go through the whole squad. Who would I keep? Who would I sell? Who am I not sure on? Who would I loan out? Etc, etc. So stay tuned. Leave a like if you do go on to enjoy the video. 1,000 likes if we can, that'd be much appreciated. Quick shout out to Luke1977 as well. Very, very nice stuff. Link in the description. Use the code MAX20 for 20% off everything there. Why would you not do it? Very, very nice stuff. Although I am a little bit cold, so I might put a hoodie on. Right then, we're back. Without further ado, let's get on with this, starting with the goalkeepers. The first one, Jed Steer. Now, I'm unsure on Jed Steer. I'm starting off with an unsure. I think, obviously, he played like once or twice this season, has been just shafted by injuries like his whole Villa career. But I think with Tom Heaton as well, which we'll come on to, Pepe Reina maybe staying. I don't know. I'm unsure on Jed Steer, I really am. Tommy Heaton, the boy, keep 100%. He's the only bit of Premier League experience we really, really have. 100% keep him. I don't know when he's going to be back, hopefully for the start of next season, but I'll probably not. His injury was a real bad one, but we'll see. Definitely got to keep him. A rock at the back. I mean, in the Carabao Cup, he had a decent run, he really did, but in the restart, he's dodgy. And if we're going to be going forward as a club and, you know, trying to be a little bit ambitious, nah. It's time to go for Mr. Orjan Nyland, unfortunately. Ta-da. Pepe Reina, I know obviously he was on loan from AC Milan, but I'd probably say get rid of him. He's 38, 39. I think you've seen the videos on social media. He's a really good character in the dressing room, he really is, but nah, I think you know, with his age and he has looked a tiny bit dodgy in a few games, I'd say get rid of Pepe Reina. On to the defenders then. First one, Ezri Konsa, 100% keep. I think since the restart, after Douglas Luiz, I think he's been probably our best and, well, especially most improved player. I don't know how old he is, like 21, 22. Still got a lot of time in him. I think he's shown a lot of promise this season in his first year in the Premier League, so 100% keep him. He will be very, very good in the future, no doubt about that. Freddie Gilbert, the boy, he was out for about 6 months and then he came back against Arsenal, I think it was, when he came off the bench for Elmo. Quality player. He's the only bit of pace we've got, he really is. I think there's a lot of potential there as well. He's not the youngest, he's not the oldest, so he's still got room to grow, but definitely keep him. Courtney Ors, I think you got to keep him as well. 100% not a starter for me, not at all. I think he did have his run before he got that injury since the restart. But yeah, I think he's a good player to have in the squad, but definitely not a starter, but you got to keep him, got to keep him. Bjorn Engels is a bit of a funny one because I'm not really sure what's happened there with him. I think I've got to keep him because, like Courtney Ors, I think he's a good player to have in the squad, but I don't know what's happened with him. He hasn't played since the restart. Whether he's had an argument with Smith or he's had injury worries, I'm not sure. So I think he looked good at the first half of the season maybe, but yeah, it's a funny one, but I've got to keep him. Big Tyrone. Yes, I slagged him off a little bit. I think it was after the Man United game, saying he wasn't Premier League standard. I think that was a little bit hasty. I think he hasn't been amazing this season. He's had a few off moments, like he can overplay with the ball and look a little bit dodgy, but he's a leader, he's a rock at the back most of the time, so got to keep Tyrone Mings 100%. Neil Taylor, it's the end of an era for me. Neil Taylor, he's got to go. I think he came in our first year in the Championship and he was a real good servant for us, but nah, he's got to go, unfortunately. I think if we are going to be ambitious, we need someone a little bit better than that to be back up to Matt Target or even overtake Matt Target, so thank you for the memories, Neil, but it's time to go. Oh, Elmo. I really like Elmo. I'm going to say keep him. I really, really like him. I think most of the time his deliveries are spot on. He's got a handful of assists this season. I think he's a real good backup. I think, was he 32, 33, so he's getting on a little bit. He's not exactly the fastest, but I'd keep him. I think he's a good backup, not a starter in the Premier League, but he's a good player to have. Again, Matt Targett, I'd keep him. I think a few people were saying, you know, left back is an area that we need to look at improving a little bit. We spent a lot of money on Matt Targett. He's had his critics, he has this season. I don't think he's been incredible, but he gets forwards a lot and I like that, so I'd keep him. Maybe look at getting a new left back, but I'd keep him for now. Marvellous Nakamba. I think he had a good run when he first came in. I'm going to put him in keep. But he sort of went off the ball a little bit since Dean Smith has found his best midfield of McGinn, Horahan and Louise. I don't think he ever stands a chance of starting. I think he comes on a lot. He's a good player to have in the squad, but for me, yeah, I'd keep him, but not as a starter. Henry Lansbury, baby. Sell. Villa put out a tweet a few days ago about, oh, it's his 50th appearance, like, okay, like he hasn't done anything, he's got injury problems, he's on fat wages, get him out the door, get him back to the Championship where he probably does his best work. So yeah, thank you Henry Lansbury, but see you later. Now, I know the boy was just on loan, but he gets his own category again. Like, just get him out the door, see you later Danny. Ta-da. Big John McGinn, definitely keep. I think he's one of the players that is part of the spine of the squad. We can definitely, you know, put quality around him and hopefully keep him, Mings, Heaton as sort of like a spine of the squad and just keep that continuity there. So 100% keep him, top man John. Oh, Dougie Louise, what a boy. Straight into keep since the restart, without a doubt our star player. Better than Grealish, better than anyone. His improvement since the restart is ridiculous. Where has this Douglas Luiz been all season? Hopefully he can take this form into next season, because he is fantastic. Maybe Man City will come calling, but he's not going to get in their first team squad, so what's the point from their perspective? So definitely keep him, build the squad around him. What a boy, Douglas Luiz, what a player. Connor, I think this could split opinion, but for me I'm going to put keep. I think since, you know, last, 3 or 4 games he's been in our best midfield. I think he works well with Louise and McGinn, but I think we need to be looking at a new central midfielder maybe just to take that quality to the next level. But I do think he's really good for the squad. He's a good character, he's a decent leader. So I'd definitely have him on the bench. He can come on maybe if we need a goal, set piece, masterclass. I don't know, but I'd definitely keep him around the squad. He's a top man, I love Connor. Anwar El Ghazi, like Connor, I think I'm going to keep him. I think he's good for the squad, but he started the season in the squad in the first 11, but for me, no. I think if he wants first team football, he's going to have to move on because I don't think he's good enough to start for Aston Villa and where we want to be. So I like him. I think, you know, he scores goals, but I think he goes absent in games, and for me, I'd keep him, but as a squad player, maybe to come on. Jota, unfortunately, I like him as a bloke, but as a footballer and, you know, as a bit of quality, no, not at all, not for me. You've got to sell him. I think he belongs in the Championship, unfortunately. I think the Premier League was just a little step too far, and if Dean Smith can't get him firing, no one is. Oh, here we go. My mate Trez. Yes, let's keep him. I'm praising him. Whoa, look at that. Nah, in all seriousness, I think he scores goals. In the last 4 or 5 games, he's worked his absolute socks off. He runs and runs and runs, and fair play to him for that. I don't think he's the best player in the world. Yes, he scores goals. Technically, he can look like a bit of a headless chicken running around not really doing much, but he is a good maybe backup option to come on if we do need a goal, because he is a goal threat, and we don't have a lot of that, let's be honest. So I'll keep him around the place. And I promise I'll be kinder to him next year. Right, this might be unpopular, but I'm going to say get rid of Samatta. I am. I think since the restart, no, when he came in, I thought, right, we've got a goal scorer here. Scored in the cup final, looked a real threat, especially in the air. But since the restart, he's had about 4 shots on target in 10 games. Apparently he's got good heading, but he's had about 5 heading opportunities and they've all gone over the bar. He touches the ball about 5 times a game. Oh, Ali. Unfortunately, I just think the Premier League was a step too far. I think send him back to Belgium and he'll be brilliant again. But, nah, not for me. Not for me at all. Keenan Davis, I think he's going to be the first player in loan out. I think definitely up front is where we need to, you know, focus in the transfer window. I think I'd send out Keenan Davis on loan. I think, remember the Arsenal game where he was through on goal and he just drags it wide? That is why I don't think we can keep him for now. I think, you know, a loan in the Championship where he can score 5 or 10 plus goals, maybe he could come back and be an option, but he's not a goal scorer. He's not a goal scorer, unfortunately, so I'm going to loan him out. Indiana Vasilev is going to join him as well. just not Premier League quality, let's be honest. He needs to play first team football, and yeah, a loan out is definitely what he needs. Wesley, I'm going to say keep. I really, really like him. I think when he got that injury, he was coming into a little bit of form. He scored a goal at Burnley, so it's massively unfortunate what's happened to him, but I'd keep him around the place. I think he's coming back to fitness now, and maybe a couple of months and he'll be back to where he was. I think definitely a new number 9 is what we need to look at, a goal scorer, maybe that has Premier League experience, and Wesley can, you know, stick around the place as maybe a backup, because he's still a young player, let's not forget that, but I definitely do think we need another striker, maybe even a whole front 3, maybe, a new front 3? I don't know. Oh, this is what you've been waiting for. This is what you've been waiting for. Jack Grealish. Tough one. Look, I'm genuinely 50-50 on whether I think we're going to keep him or not. I think if I was him, he's 24, he's going to be 25 by the time the new season comes around. Does he want to play in the Champions League? Of course he does. Does he want to win trophies? Of course he does. But I don't know. If the owners are going to put out a statement and show real ambition, they do all they can to keep him, I think, and then build a squad with more quality in it around him. Because he has been the talisman this season. He's our top scorer, top assister, I think. He's played the most amount of minutes, probably. It's going to be so tough to keep him. If a big club comes calling with that money, then I think we're going to struggle. But who is going to come in with that money? Man United? Where's he going to fit in there? Man City? Where's he going to fit in there? Does he really want to go to a club like Tottenham or Arsenal that are in transition and you never really know what you're going to get with them? I don't know, but does he want to stick around Villa? Where are we? Where are Villa going to be next season? I don't know. People talking about Europe, like, no, give your head a wobble, like, no. I'd go for push is a big ask, but mid-table possibly. So it's a real tough one with Grealish. I'm going to put him in keep, but I think it's going to be a real tall order to keep him. I really do, but hopefully we can do it. Leave your thoughts on Grealish, because obviously that's the main one. Who knows what's going to happen with him? I'd love to keep him, but if I'm going to be honest, I don't see it happening. So there we go then, that is my final tier list. Most of the players in keep, because I don't think we need the turnaround like we did last season at all. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with me? Let me know where you disagree. Talk to me about Jack Grealish. Are we going to keep him? I really don't know. But thank you very much for watching. 1,000 likes if you can. Subscribe if you are new. Go and watch the previous videos. Luke for max 20. Get yourself 20% off. Nice little discount. Without further ado, I'll see you in the next few days for another video. Thank you very much for watching. Up the Villa.